What comes to your mind when you think of a grocery store chain named Piggly Wiggly? It could be a lot of things, but you probably didn't expect it to be the pioneer and innovator that changed the scene of grocery shopping in America forever. Yes, this grocery store chain that was founded over a century ago not only introduced the concept of self-service supermarket, but also revolutionized the grocery industry with several groundbreaking practices. And that's exactly what we're going to explore in this video. Let's get straight into it. The story of Piggly Wiggly begins with a man named Clarence Saunders. Born in 1881 in Amherst County, Virginia, Saunders came from modest beginnings. He worked various odd jobs in his youth, including selling insurance and working as a store clerk in grocery stores, before coming up with the idea of Piggly Wiggly. Before modern-day supermarkets were a thing, grocery store chains used to operate very differently. Back in the day, grocery stores followed a system where customers would come in with their shopping list, give it to the store clerk, and then the store clerk would go through the store and get everything for the customer. Sometimes they even delivered the order to customers' homes. This system didn't sit well with Saunders, as he realized that all these store clerks were getting paid to do work that customers would happily do themselves. This also meant higher costs, as stores had too many employees, who often got paid for doing nothing when business was slow. So Saunders was convinced that if customers could pick their groceries themselves, it would result in a lot of savings for the store, and the savings could ultimately be passed on to the customers in the form of lower prices. So in 1916, Clarence Saunders opened the first Piggly Wiggly store in Memphis, Tennessee, introducing the concept of the self-service supermarket. At the time, it was a completely new and innovative approach that allowed customers to browse the store, pick whatever they wanted from the shelves, and carry them to the checkout counter themselves. Before we get into other details, let's address the elephant in the room. Why on earth did he name his store Piggly Wiggly? Well, according to the Piggly Wiggly website, the name's origin is truly a mystery. Saunders never really revealed where he got the idea of this name from. Instead, it seems like he actually let stories circulate and, like a smart businessman, neither confirmed nor denied them. One story claims that he came up with the name during a train ride, where he looked out the window and saw some little pigs wiggling to get under a fence. That made him think of the rhyme Piggly Wiggly, and that apparently sounded like a good name for a grocery store to him. Another story is that when people asked why he gave his grocery store such a funny and unusual name, he would respond by saying, "So people will ask that very question." And to his credit, it seems to have worked, because here we are, over 100 years later, still asking the same question. The first Piggly Wiggly store was stocked with more than 1,000 different products, which was about 4 times the stock traditional stores maintained at the time. How are they able to do this? This is how. Compared to other stores, Piggly Wiggly was saving money on labor costs, and they passed these savings on to the customer by setting lower prices for their products. Lower prices ensured that they were turning over their inventory quicker, which allowed them to stock more items. But Piggly Wiggly's full impact on the entire industry has been so much wider than we understand. Many of the conveniences and services that are now standard in American grocery stores were first introduced by Piggly Wiggly. Let's take a look at some of them. Piggly Wiggly was the very first to introduce checkout stands. As we've already talked about, in the past, customers had to present their shopping lists to clerks, but now Saunders had revolutionized the process by allowing shoppers to select their goods themselves and then pay at dedicated checkout stands. Another thing that Piggly Wiggly introduced was price marking every item in the store. In a time when haggling was common in stores, Piggly Wiggly introduced the innovative practice of price marking all products in the store. This transparent pricing system ensured that customers knew exactly how much each product cost, promoting trust and fairness in retail. Piggly Wiggly's commitment to giving its shoppers more value for their money led to the adoption of high-volume, low-profit margin retailing. By selling products at lower prices while maintaining high sales volumes, they set the stage for modern concept or discount stores, which is now benefiting countless consumers. The list doesn't end here. Long before other retailers, Piggly Wiggly showcased a full line of nationally advertised brands. Since at Piggly Wiggly it was the customer selecting the item instead of the clerk, Companies had to figure out a way to attract the customer to their products. This led to companies focusing on labels, branding, and advertising in their packaging. All of this became so much more important when self-service shopping came into the picture. Due to this, customers today have access to a number of nationally recognized brands fighting for their attention, enhancing their shopping experience, and setting the standard for product variety in grocery stores. Also, Piggly Wiggly claims to be the pioneer in using refrigerated cases to keep produce fresher for longer, ensuring that their customers receive the best quality fruits and vegetables. They were also the first to make the bold move of outfitting their employees in uniforms. They did this to ensure cleaner and more sanitary food handling. Again, a practice that has since become commonplace in the industry. But out of all these innovations, perhaps one of the most influential ones was Piggly Wiggly's decision to franchise the self-service method of food merchandising. This allowed independent grocers across the nation to adopt the same successful model, democratizing modern grocery shopping. Yes, independent grocery stores across the country were able to operate their own Piggly Wiggly store by paying the central company a franchising fee. This was a great way for the company to spread awareness about the brand and expand its reach all over the country. In just about 6 years, there were more than 1,000 Piggly Wigglies operating in the United States, which is more than there are today. According to their website, today there are around 600 Piggly Wiggly stores found in the southeastern part of the United States and as far north as Wisconsin. Now, the whole story behind why the number of Piggly Wiggly stores has gone down is long and complex, and maybe we'll keep that for another video. But no matter where the company stands today, what is undeniable is the impact and change it was able to bring about in the retail industry. Founder Clarence Saunders truly had some revolutionary ideas, and it's surprising we don't hear his name as much when we talk about pioneers in the retail industry. He has played a major role in shaping grocery stores into what they are today. What do you think about Piggly Wiggly? Were you aware that this wacky-sounding grocery store has such a rich history and has been so impactful in the retail space? Also, have you ever shopped at Piggly Wiggly? If you have, what was your impression of it? How does it compare to the big boys, the Walmarts and Publixes of today? Is there something unique about the store and the shopping experience there, or is it like any other neighborhood grocery store? And any other thoughts you have on the company? Comment below and let us know. We love hearing from you. Also, tell us what other companies you want us to cover, and maybe we'll make a video on that next. That's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content on some of your favorite companies. And hit that bell icon so you're notified every time we drop a fresh video. See you next time.